no, someone's talking shit. No, someone's talking shit, and I don't think it's Chris. 53 million, guys. Oh, Lord. Hey guys, there's no intro today. We're getting straight into the business. Straight, maybe outro, but no intro. Guys, let's get straight into it. This is what I want to talk about, this is what I want to react of. Because I've heard people saying this and that and that, and I think I watched it, but then I was busy when I was watching it. Yeah. First, it's this one.
What's
but
up,
it's
YouTube?
too long, guys.
We are back with
so we
another
won't
video, and we will be discussing the blow up of DonVo. We're going to dive into Uncle Ted, Roger Banks as well. This is going to be a spicy
last time I heard,
so let's start straight into
this
it.
guy.
So last week it surfaced well-known
Raja
streamer
replied to the guy.
DonVo blowing up people's accounts.
Wait. Are you guys aware?
So last week as well, this is going to be a spicy one, so let's dive straight.
We need to find the trades.
So last week it surfaced well-known streamer DonVo blowing up.
Wait. Oh, gold. So he was just trading gold. But guys, look at the minus 22 pips. But look at the plus. The biggest plus was 10 pips. Something is off with this guy. Who would invest? But guys, sometimes you guys just do it to yourselves. No. Who would invest in someone with a negative RR? This guy has a negative risk to really. How can you have a bigger loss than you've had profit? No, something doesn't make sense. Not to sound insensitive, but guys, sometimes your guys must use your cop, man. Some dunk, use your cop. How the F did people invest more than 3 million?
Accounts.
More than
you may ask, how did DonVo lose people's money? Very, very simple. He had a PAM with a broker called Blueberry Markets, whereby he was acting as a portfolio manager. So in short, a PAM is a percentage allocated money manager.
Blueberry
in simple
Market.
layman terms, think of it as a mutual fund where people invest their money alongside Don. He's the trader, portfolio manager, and he takes the trades on the accounts. All right. Don became very well known in the trading industry for streaming every day, for his non-conformist way of trading, whereby he will risk 10% of his account to only make 1%. So for all the trading dials out there,
guys,
negative
RR. That's what I'm saying, guys. If you in Zulu's village, why would you take your savings, your hard-earned money, and invest it in someone with a negative RR? And he said that openly. Clearly, everybody knew. I just saw from those trades, reviewing those trades that I saw, that why is the losses bigger than oh Lord. Guys, why do we keep putting ourselves in effed up situations? Risking 10% to make what? 1% or 2%? What?
Make 1%. So for all the trading dials out there, negative RR. He got a lot of flack for it, but he made it work to some
No, clearly
extent.
didn't make it work.
Sounds
he just
very
made it work enough to convince
counterintuitive,
you guys
I know, but that was
invest.
DonVo's way of trading. So a large part of the trading community ridiculed him for the negative RR, and he would always stand on his grounds to say, look,
now he has no ground to stand on.
I don't need
now
to win.
He's swimming.
I don't
drowning,
need big
floating.
RR trades if I'm winning 95% of the time. Okay, so that was the story on Don. We stopped streaming. I think for the last month, Don was not streaming at all on his YouTube channel, and that is also when he actually started the PAM account. Now, there's many speculation, not yet confirmed, that there was almost $3 million invested into this PAM account. He then proceeded last week invest it confirmed that there was almost $3 million
Yeah, I was right. Almost. Is
invested
it almost?
into this PAM
Oh.
account.
Guys,
He
that's a
then
lot of
proceeded
money.
last week to take
Guys, that's a lot of
300
money. Wait.
trades.
That's a lot of money, guys. Let's do this. That's a lot of money, guys. That's a lot of money. Let's do this. Google. Shout out to Omar. Google. Let's go ask Google something. $3 million in rands. Right? In rands. $3 million in rands. Let's see how much that is. In rands, ne? We need to see in rands. Let's see. Exchange rates. Let's see how much this guy got away with in rands. 53 million, guys. But some of us, you see this thing of clout. See this thing of chasing clout, chasing people with clout, because you think they have numbers online. Now you think that you can invest your money in them because they're trustworthy, because they have numbers online. Guys, you're telling me people invested 53 million rands in someone with a negative risk to reward, risking 10% to make one? Oh, no, let's get back to 2Gs. Your guys are crazy.
In a single day, taken on gold, we lost majority of the portfolio. If I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking 98% drawdown, but it's a lost cause at that stage. So the discuss from Don blowing up comes from the speculation that he had an equity deal with the broker where the PAM was hosted. So for the layman out there, many clients lost money,
Equity deal.
but that money lost went to the broker,
And
right?
50-50.
It didn't go anywhere else. It didn't go to a
They
bank.
split it 50-50.
It's sitting in the bank account of the broker. And I'm going to actually go through how I know this. So if you go onto Blueberry Market website, into their legal documents, under their client agreement, under section 2, and you go to section 2.3, it clearly states, we enter into each contract with you as a principal. We are your trading counterparty. So whatever
it's a
trade
people.
you take, they are the counterparty to that trade. So if you make money, they lose money. If you lose money, they make money. Very, very simple. So now this is where it gets spicy. So in the legal documents, they've stated that they are in actual fact a B-book broker, all right?
Yeah.
So even though not confirmed, there is speculation of this equity deal between Don and the broker.
He probably took 50% of the
whereby
losses. So he
clients
took 50% of
losing
53
money.
million.
Whatever is lost, that there's a
53
percentage
million.
that will be
Guys.
shared between Don and the broker. Again, not confirmed,
Talk about a heist.
purely speculation
Talk
with how
about
things
a
have been
heist.
moving. Okay? But now you may ask, where does Roger Banks and Uncle Ted
Hey.
Safranco, come into the
Guys,
story?
where is
So let's
Uncle
take
Ted?
it back a bit.
For all
Let's
my old school
rewind it
traders,
a
where's
couple
Uncle
of
Ted,
years.
guys?
So Uncle Ted, well known in the trading community in Canada, was the mentor of Roger Banks. Okay, Don cited many times
Mr. Weeks
that
don't
Roger
lie.
Banks and Uncle
David,
Ted were some
my
of his
Weeks don't
former
lie.
mentors. Another thing they have in common, all three of them hail from Canada. All right, Uncle Ted started his mentorship with
Let Chris cook. Chris is cooking, guys. Chris is. You see the thread? You see. There's parsley. There's sage. There's what? Oregano. It's not oregano, right? It's oregano. He's cooking, guys. He's cooking. You see, putting the herbs together so that he can mix it well in the pasta with the nice little vinegars. He's cooking, this guy.
which was called Forex Family, where a lot of streamers back then, I'm talking about 3-4 years ago, were part of the Forex Family community, and a lot of them branched out, starting their own streams, starting their own mentorships, with Raja and Don being some of the bigger ones branching away from it. But here's where it gets interesting. Uncle Ted then branched out to start his own broker, which was called Traders Domain.
Traders Domain, yeah.
Whereby he also had a PAM account that he was managing on his own broker, which is also allegedly to be a B-book broker. Now, if you go
Oh, let's run that back. No, let's run that back, guys. Let's run that back. Did you hear what he just said?
Interesting. Uncle Ted then branched out to start his own broker, which was called Traders Domain, whereby he also had a PAM account that he was managing on his own, broker, which is also allegedly to be a Bieber broker.
Guys, that's conflict of interest.
Now, if you go onto CoffeeZilla, CoffeeZilla did a 3-part series exposing Ted Safranco, Traders Domain, where he actually dives very deep into how Uncle Ted built up this PAM, got a lot of money, again, I'm thinking about $500 million, and then rug pulled it. Exactly the same what Don did, even though Ted did it on his own broker. Don didn't do it on his own broker.
No wonder this guy's MIA.
So,
no wonder.
Here's the thing.
He pulled
after
off
that
a
investigation,
guys, 500 million,
Ted
guys.
closed down Traders Domain. So the investors are still sitting out of pocket. Are you starting to see the thread here? So now, Roger Banks then also broke away from Uncle Ted, starting his own mentorship, initially called Market Fluidity.
Yes.
Whereby he teaches a very simple range break strategy, looking for clean price ranges to trade, which is very simple, not worth your money, save your money. There's a lot of free resources on the internet. But this is where things get weird with Roger Banks. Roger then proceeded to start his own trading brokerage
Dominion
as
Markets.
well. So I don't know if you see the thread. Mentor, student, all following in the same footsteps of their mentor. So, where he also has his own trading brokerage, boasting ridiculous returns. I'm actually going to show you a little clip here where Roger was trading on his own broker, making stupid returns, which is not real, it's not realistic.
No ways. No ways.
Brokerage,
how much percent was that?
Ridiculous returns. I'm actually going to show you a little clip here where Raja was trading on his own broker.
784,000%. Wait, that means if this guy deposited $100, this guy made $784,000. And by the way, guys, we can't trust my FX book. We've seen what's been happening. We can't super trust my FX book, right? I mean, I've heard from a couple of birdies that when you get an investor, right, a private investor doesn't care about your my FX book. They won't look at your my FX book. No, they audit your trade history themselves. They don't do it through a third party. They do it themselves because these third parties can't be trusted, you know. So, guys, 784%.
Making stupid returns, which is not real, it's not realistic. I can call it fake. If Roger wants to say it's real, please come and show me how it's real. Anyone that's got a little bit of experience in this industry would know that as a broker owner, you cannot trade on your own brokerage. It's a direct terms. Raja faking returns on his own broker, even getting upset on a podcast where he was asked about it with words of wisdom, actually wanting to walk out. We're actually going to show a little section now as well, where Raja wanted to storm out of the podcast. Words of wisdom asked him about these returns, and all of a sudden he couldn't give a direct answer. Even though Don didn't start his own broker, he took a page out of Uncle Ted's book of getting a PAM up and going and then blowing up the account PAM
so
account. So the question now is,
since he's doing it in his broker, he got 100% of it.
End game? Dominion Markets LLC, a company registered under the laws of the Comoros Union. It's a little island off the east coast of Africa. And my question is, why would you register a broker on a small island of the east coast of Africa? In the industry already hurt with so many unscrupulous activities, the most recent developments don't bode well for new consumers coming into the market. So I always beg of you, question everything in this industry. Don't take anything at face value. Question everything of it. I actually think this is going to turn into a legal matter because unfortunately
this will turn into a legal matter.
Don has become a household name in the trading industry, and a lot of people were affected.
Wait. I heard Raja replied.
What's up,
Let's
YouTube?
see.
We are
Is
back
his
with
comment
another
here?
video, and we will be discussing the blow up of DonVo. We're going to dive
Where is his
into
comment?
Uncle Ted, Raja Banks as well. This is going to be a spicy one, so let's dive straight into it.
Where's his comment? Did
So
I pass
last
it?
week it surfaced well-known
There it is.
streamer DonVo blowing
You
up
deserve an
people's
Oscar for making
accounts.
stuff up about
You
me
may
when you
ask,
don't know
how
a
did
single
DonVo
thing about
lose
me.
people's money?
Congratulations,
Very,
Sherlock
very
Holmes.
simple. He had a PAM with a broker called Blueberry Markets, whereby
Oh
he
my
was
god.
acting
Let's
as
go
a
watch the video.
portfolio
Let's go watch
manager.
the video.
So
This is the last thing we're going to be reacting to. And then we jump off to the DXY. Let's go watch the video.
So last week we dropped
It's
a
5
DonVo
minutes.
video of him blowing
Quite
up,
long,
and we
ish.
made mention of Raja Banks and Ted Safranco. Raja did not take the video well, Chad, and commenting, "I deserve an Oscar for making stuff
up.
up about him when I don't know a single thing about him."
784% chief.
Congratulations, Sherlock Holmes.
On your own, bro.
I don't know what stuff I'm making up. But then I replied to Raja and I just said, Raja, some real talk here. That account on your own broker that you were trading, did you ever route those trades through to an LP? While having
Liquidity
access
provider.
to the meta manager on the back end, did you not ever place yourself into trades? I'm not Sherlock Holmes, but I can
You
see
can't do that when
BS
you own a
from
broker.
a mile away. Broker owners don't trade on their own platform. You can spin that BS to the masses that don't know the inner workings of how a broker operates, but not here, unfortunately. And also
Chris
address
is
the fact
cooking.
that your
Chris.
mentor, Uncle Ted, is a fraud. He gave you a platform, or is Ted your liquidity provider now after nuking everyone on his PAM, on his own broker? And for what reason would you have your broker registered on a tiny little island off the east coast of Africa? So Raja, honestly, I want to
Exactly. Why would
apologize
you
for
register
asking
your,
about the
your broker on like a
legitimacy
tiny
of
island?
your trading history
No,
when you traded it.
man. Something's in the water. Something's in the water. Something's in the water. No, someone's talking shit. No, someone's talking shit, and I don't think it's Chris. I don't think it's Chris. Doesn't sound like Chris. Doesn't look like Chris. Raja, you had time to comment, my chief. You had time to comment. You had time to comment. But you didn't have time to address what he was saying. What
On your own broker while having access to the Meta Manager account. I also want to apologize for asking whether those trades were actually routed to a liquidity provider or whether they were just kept off record. Also, I want to ask for an apology that why would a broker owner need to trade on his own platform while all
So that he can
regulatory
lie?
frameworks point to no one being able to trade at a broker if they are either employed by the broker or if there's interest in the brokerage. This is simple regulatory framework 101, regulation 101. I don't know what you know about regulation, but anyways, and I also want to apologize for pointing out that your mentor Ted Safranco ran a Ponzi on his own broker
500 million.
and then rug pulled. Maybe it's time you be a man and you actually ask some hard questions. Stand up for the trading community. Maybe ask Ted why did he hurt a lot of people financially. Maybe be the voice for the people that don't have a voice in this industry. You've got a big following. You need to be asking these hard questions, not just about pumping another sale for your mentorship, for your little keyboard, for whatever it is you're doing. Maybe it's time you stand up for some truth. Sorry for asking why you lost your MetaQuotes license and you had to scramble over to C Trader. These are just some
Probably
of the
because of
simple
unscrupulous behavior.
questions that actually
Maybe.
have very simple answers which you are not answering. That's why people need to ask these questions. There's nothing against you, Raja Banks. It's not that we've got our knife in for you. It's just a case of you've got a big audience, you've got a big platform, and as traders, as men of integrity, we ask these questions to make sure that whatever is punted to the masses is actually truthful. So it's not difficult. Answer simple questions. If there's simple answers to these questions, answer them. You still haven't replied on that comment, and that's also fine. But I want
see.
the trading
Did you reply to
community
this video?
to ask these hard questions, especially new traders coming into the industry, because even looking at the leaderboard on the Robbins World Cup, The returns that you've made is
You said Robbins?
basically
What'd you say?
the ranking at the leaderboard on
Raja
the
on
Robbins
Robbins.
World Cup. The returns that you've made is basically
Oh, no.
Raja, please.
Exactly. The returns you made is like
300% currently.
I mean, number one
for the
right now is
guy
floating
from,
300% as
from
we see.
Canada on the
Raja
you're
talks
doing
about he
some
made
stupid
784,000.
returns. That's more than I think anyone has ever done in the Robbins.
gotta be
So
chief.
let's just be real here. So
Nope.
you can either answer the questions or you can scuttle away and do your little chit chat on Twitter. But we want answers. So Chad, ask these questions, share this video. DonVo is still on the loose. We don't know where he is.
I heard he
I haven't
officially
really
blew
delved
his
back
account like
into it.
through
Is his
4
financial
days,
backing?
four
I don't know,
days ago
Chad.
from
I don't know.
now,
I
from
think
today
some of
when
the
I'm
big
recording
boys
this
need
video.
to answer up and they need to face
So
up
it was
what's
on what,
going
the 10th? I
But
think on
for
the
us
10th he
as the trading
officially
community,
blew everything.
we are going to ask some hard questions and we want some answers.
Imagine,
So
guys.
Chad, hit that like
Investing
button,
someone
share
with a
this
negative
video,
RR.
like and subscribe, comment your thoughts down below, and we will see you guys on the next one. Peace and love, baby.
Cheers, man. Yo. You guys just don't seem to listen. Yo. Really. $53 million DonVo. While Mr. Raja, who knows how much Mr. Raja took. If Ted was able to pull 500,000. Was it 500,000? Was it 500 million? Through his own broker. It wasn't, so nothing was routed through an LP. It was all through his broker. Same thing with Raja. He claims he made 784,000% through my FX book, which we all know is not trustworthy. But he was doing that through his broker. Guys, come on. Sometimes you must just grow up, ne? Sometimes you must just grow up and recognize that clout doesn't equal a skill. Clout doesn't equal integrity. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, man. Let's get into what you call. Let's get into DXY. Yo, guys, that was something else. Let's get into DXY, guys. So, yeah. As you can see, last week, let's go to the weekly, guys. Let's go to the weekly so that we can look at our overall, right? So as you can see, we're still playing around this area right here, right? This 2023 December week. We're still playing around that area. So when we go to the daily, we saw that the market had a minor break of structure when it broke this high. So now we were looking for the market to actually officially break this high over here so that we can now know that the market is very bullish and it's going to now retrace into an order block or a fair value gap that it left somewhere here for us to continue taking it higher. But clearly that didn't happen, right? That didn't happen. So now we know that the bulls are not as strong. So now we're kind of stuck within this range. This range right there. We're basically stuck there for now. So the best thing to do is to not really, because we know that this green line here is a protected low. If the market closes below that low, we know that it's going to go to the next one, right? That we know. And we also know that if the market breaks this blue line right here and closes above here, we know that the market is then going to pull back before it officially pushes up, right? So that's why I say we're kind of in a range right now. So if we go to the H4 time frame to have a little bit more context of this, as you can see, let me just draw a path. Hey guys, trading view now, forgive me. There we go. Notice how the market had this break of structure. That's not a path. Where's my path drawing? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I noticed that it had this break of structure. It came back down, failed to break this low, which it wicked it on NFP. I think NFP or CPI, I wasn't sure. I think NFP. Then it pushed back up, and we were looking for structure to do this, which it did, right? But then we were looking for these bulls to be strong enough to break that high, but they actually didn't. They just liquidated this high, and then now they dropped to create a minor change of character within this range, though. within this whole range though. So the market can easily push back up into here and then want to drop back down to basically induce these people, take out those people that are there, and then officially create another change of character, small inducement, before it officially now pushes all the way up to clear this trend line liquidity that it would form right here. Right. So it's possible for the market to do something like this within the next few days if it carries on ranging. Because when you look at it, as we said, guys, we have a protected high. This blue line here is a protected high, and this green line is a protected low. So whenever those are violated, then the market has already decided. The market has decided where it's going, you know? So, yeah, basically on DXY, that's what we should look for. Just look for minor pullback to the upside, at least to this fair value gap right here. This fair value gap right here. Right, push up to there and then see what the market behaves like, because if it rejects, we know that then it's fetching liquidity that is resting below here to liquidate those people and then tap into the buyers that were initiated initially on NFP, and then from there the market then can push up from there. But then right now it's about following the market into all these points of interest as we've drew the paths, right? As we've drew, it's basically like following all these points of interest to that fair value gap right here. Then we see if they respect that fair value gap, they might just push down to liquidate these buyers, these early buyers, and then they might just create more inducement right here for sellers before they push all the way up to take all that liquidity that they've had and then officially close above this high. But if that doesn't happen, then the opposite of this will happen, basically, where the market now will push down to break this low, right? To break this protected low, these equal lows that we have right here, right? These equal lows here. These equal lows that we have right here. So yeah, the market can easily do that. Let me just do this. The market can easily do that. So yeah, guys, basically that's what we're looking at for DXY. It's nothing too hectic. So we're looking at a slight range. So we got to be careful when it comes to our USD CAD and our USD pairs, you know, kind of like, especially our USD base pairs, kind of like look at them to see what are they trying to say according to what the DXY is already saying. So yeah, guys, with that said, hey, this your man Prof Zones, and Prof is not for professor but for profits. And yeah, I know this video is long, guys, but hey, these news are hot. So it's Chris versus Raja, basically. But guys, the 53 million one. Anyways, guys, clean